One of the most difficult things as a freelancer to overcome, to figure out, is getting not just one client, not just two clients, but to get a steady stream of paying clients where you're just getting one after the next in a sustainable way that allows you to stay freelancing and continue to flourish. Building a steady stream of paying clients is the third achievement in my book, Path of the Freelancer. We talked about the first achievement, which is being fully committed. We talked about the second achievement, which is about packaging your offer in a compelling way and promoting that offer out in the world. The third achievement is about building a steady stream of paying clients. So I want to talk about the 4 checkpoints. We're going to briefly go through them. And if you want to dive in deeper, you can check out my book, Path of the Freelancer, and you can dive into the details of each one of these 4 checkpoints that are required to help you build a system that lets you build a steady stream of paying clients. This first checkpoint is we're finding new clients. So you want to go after what's the easiest type of contact or person to get new clients, and you want to avoid what's the hardest. So go towards what's easiest, stay away from the hardest. What's the difference between getting a client in an easy way and getting a client in a hard way? Well, here's how I defined it. The easiest place to get new paying client work is from clients you're already working with. You're already working with a customer. They already trust you, they're already paying you, and so it's a lot easier to get more work from them than it is to get from a stranger. And so strangers are the hardest, right? And so active clients are number 1. Recently active clients would be number 2. Inactive clients, so you worked with them at some point. So I had clients where I worked with them for maybe a year, and then we kind of go separate ways for a while, and then a year or 2 later we work together again. Perhaps you have leads that came in but they never went anywhere. So I would reach out to them before I would reach out to a stranger because it's more likely that something might come of that. And then people that you know, connections that you have some kind of friendship with or an acquaintance, I would reach out to them before I would reach out to a stranger. And so then strangers would be at the bottom. And so the idea here is that the warmer your relationship is with them, the easier it is, and the more that you've worked with them or at least moved towards working with them, the easier it is going to be. The other factor to consider is the type of sales approach you want to take. So I think of it in 2 ways. You have the crock pot and you have the grill. And so the crock pot is you're essentially building a content marketing, lead nurturing program. You're posting blogs, you're posting on social media, you're actively engaging with people, you're sending out emails. And over time, those turn into leads and those leads turn into customers. Now the other option is to go seek out people and to actually call them, to meet with them, grab lunch with them, and you be more proactive with them. And that's the grill method, where you're really banging down the door to look for an opportunity that you can then serve them as a freelancer. In this chapter, I dive into that in more detail, so you can check out that section. So we're going to dive to the second checkpoint. The second checkpoint is building a predictable sales process. You'll see this triangle here. And essentially the way that this works is you meet 5 strangers, you meet with 4 contacts, you generate 2 prospects, and you win 1 client. And so if that's the formula for you, you meet 25 strangers and you get 5 new customers. Meeting strangers becomes your action, your activity to drive towards clients. So that's a basic breakdown of the sales process. And so in this, I talk about a story where I was talking with a friend who was a photographer, and I just asked him how much he wanted to make, how much he charged for his day rate as a photographer, and how many of those shoots would he need to get his total amount of income earned for the year. And we broke it down, and then I said, okay, so this is how many clients you need. So how many people do you need to meet? How many companies do you need to meet? How many referrals do you need? And you essentially start to break it down into specific pieces. So I talk about that in the chapter in more detail, but that's the idea at the high level. The third checkpoint is what I've called, we've built a team of advocates. And I've identified advocates in 3 categories. There are rainmakers. These are people who refer clients our way. Maybe they just are a fellow freelancer, they're a salesperson, so they're talking to a lot of people, or networker. For some reason, we have a relationship with them. They trust us, and they trust that we can serve people that they meet along in their journey. We have happy customers that refer clients to us. So I can't tell you how many times I've had a client refer another customer my way, and so I've got a lot of clients as a freelancer that way. And the third is just friends or family mention us to others that they know. So these are people that we have a relationship with that want to help us out. And it's not sustainable to entirely focus on that, but sometimes that can help you when you're getting started. And then the fourth checkpoint is what I call referrals and leads seek us out. So they're finding us. We're not having to go outbound as a salesperson for my freelancing. They're actually coming to me. And that can come in a variety of different ways. It can come through reputation. People learn what you do. They hear about the stories of what you're doing for your customers. And then you build out a referral system. Just by doing great work, people are going to come your way. You can also do this through content creation. So you can blog and post on social media. And so you get to a point when people Google different things, they find you for those particular things as a freelancer. So if you write about all the different areas that you specialize in the ways that you help your clients, and you do that in a focused, in a deliberate and expansive and comprehensive way, you can actually get indexed on Google and other places and AI, so that when people search for different things, you're the person that comes to the surface. You're the person that they seek out when they need help for solving a particular problem that you help solve. To recap, the third achievement is building a steady stream of paying clients, and it involves we're finding new projects. Sales is a predictable process. We built a team of advocates, and referrals and leads seek us out. And when we've done that, when we've accomplished those four things, we have built a system that helps us build a steady stream of paying clients and helps us flourish as a freelancer. So if you want to dive in deeper, check out my book, Path to the Freelancer. In the next video, we're going to talk about number 4, the fourth achievement, which is active clients are maximized. So I mentioned how they are the easiest place to get more work. So what does it look like to maximize our engagement with our existing clients and make the most of those opportunities? I'm Jason Scott Montoya. I'm the author of Path to the Freelancer, and I'll see you on the next video.
Are you a freelancer struggling to get clients and sustain an income? Check out Jason Montoya's book, Path of the Freelancer, where he provides the blueprint for mastering freelancing and sustaining a business of one. Start generating a 6-figure freelancing income